Yeah, I'm looking at this one and I'm like, and what the thought occurred to me, what a different chart, which I know it sounds like I'm teeing up Rick for this, for NVIDIA when you look at it from April to now. But again, if you look at it overall for this year so far, it's been an outperformer compared to the S&P 500. So tell me about your thesis here now, Jessica, and then Rick will go over the chart.
Absolutely. I think a lot of times on Wall Street, at least, we equate NVIDIA to purely being this AI demand play, which it is not. There is software in addition to hardware. There are hyperscalers that are spending so much. And it's really this heart from AI to even crypto. They are this silicone behind the scenes when the world digitizes, if you will. So it's infrastructure backbone of the entire digitized world. So they're powering blockchain too. They're key enablers of the blockchain network indirectly because they support the scale of stablecoins through GPU-powered mining and network validation. There's a lift of the AI diffusion role, which increases sovereign demand, which could be another tailwind. So they're essentially everyone is spending on AI, and if everyone's searching for gold, NVIDIA is the shovel, if you will. NVIDIA is selling shovels, and you need that. And hyperscaler symbiosis, I think, is important to point out because we see even today, Meta announced this, someone from Apple coming over as the race to AGI, artificial general intelligence. Nobody knows what that is, but it's critical game theory, and technology is very iterative and agile, meaning we want artificial general intelligence. We don't know what that end state or that prize is, but everyone wants to be in the game. Therefore, they're willing to spend because whoever owns that owns the next leg of the AI rally. Whoever that is and whoever the spending is, it creates hyperscaler symbiosis within NVIDIA because AI infrastructure now is planned. It's executed at scale, and that's really good for a company like NVIDIA that can plan and offset other things that may occur due to tariffs. So I think NVIDIA has a lot of tailwinds for it. Definitely in the longer term. In the shorter term, like I said at the top, when we're in a euphoric state and at all-time highs, I always have a pause. I wouldn't necessarily add them to my position here, but I am bullish on the long term, selling cash secured puts that on a shorter term than those 45 days might behoove you in this, but any pullbacks are opportunities to add to your position.
Following the release of a positive note by senior Citi analyst Atif Malik in support of the California-based artificial intelligence firm, NVIDIA shares are under scrutiny. On Monday, Malik reaffirmed his buy recommendation for NVIDIA and increased the price target to $190, indicating a possible 21% increase from the present level. At the time of video, Nvidia stock is trading just below its record high of $160, with continued gains expected to make it the world's first $4 trillion company in the days ahead. Since Nvidia is best positioned to profit from state-backed investments in AI, Citi is still optimistic about the chipmaker, even if its shares have already recovered more than 65% over the last 3 months. Atif Malik acknowledged in his research note that sovereign demand is already contributing billions in 2025, but he also stated that it is reasonable to anticipate a further increase the following year. According to Malik, NVIDIA's networking and data center revenues could increase by 12% and 5%, respectively, in FY 2027. Furthermore, he stated that within the following 6 months, the company's gross margins will stabilize at roughly 75%. Because NVIDIA is at the center of almost every sovereign agreement, Citi continues to advise owning shares of the company. The investment group now projects that the networking TAM will reach $119 billion in the next 3 years, while the AI compute TAM will reach $563 billion by 2028. As supply chain bottlenecks have also decreased, opening the door for the Blackwell ramp in the latter part of 2025, Malik advises investors to remain with the powerhouse in the chips industry. On Monday, Truist analysts cautioned against reducing exposure to the AI stock at its present level. The remainder of Wall Street is optimistic about NVIDIA's stock for the second half of 2025 due to sovereign AI. The consensus rating for NVIDIA shares is currently strong buy, according to bar chart, with a mean target of almost 177, suggesting a possible upside of more than 13% from this point. Recently, NVIDIA has been among the most sought stocks. As a result, you might want to think about some of the major variables that might affect the stock's performance soon. Over the past month, the stock of this manufacturer of artificial intelligence and gaming graphics chips has increased by plus 10.9%, while the S&P 500 composite has increased by plus 3.9%. NVIDIA is a part of the semiconductor general industry, which has increased 11.6% during this time. The crucial query at this point is, Where might the stock go in the near future? The buy and hold choice is always dominated by certain basic facts, even when news reports or speculations regarding a significant shift in a company's business prospects typically cause its stock to trend and cause an instant price change. Here, we place a higher priority on evaluating the shift in a company's profits outlook than anything else. This is due to our belief that the fair value of its shares is determined by the present value of its future earnings stream. In essence, our analysis is predicated on how sell-side analysts who follow the stock are updating their earnings projections to reflect the most recent developments in the industry. The fair value of a company's shares increases in tandem with an increase in profit projections. Additionally, investors are more likely to purchase a stock when its fair value exceeds its current market price, which causes the stock's price to rise. As a result, empirical research shows a substantial relationship between short-term stock price changes and trends in earnings estimate revisions. For the current quarter, Nvidia is anticipated to report earnings of $0.99 per share, which would represent a plus 45.6% change from the previous year. The consensus estimate has moved by 0.3% in the past 30 days. The current fiscal year's consensus earnings projection of $4.24 is a plus 41.8% year-over-year change. Over the past 30 days, this estimate has moved by plus 0.2%. So what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication. So if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video. The consensus earnings estimate of $5.59 for the upcoming fiscal year represents a plus 31.9% improvement from Nvidia's predicted earnings report from the previous year. The estimate has changed by plus 0.2% over the last month. Because it successfully leverages the power of earnings estimate revisions, our proprietary stock grading tool, the rank, has an exceptional externally audited track record and is a more definitive indicator of a stock's near-term price performance. Nvidia's rank number 3, hold, is the consequence of the magnitude of the most recent shift in the consensus estimate, as well as 3 additional earnings-related considerations. The evolution of the company's forward 12-month consensus EPS estimate is depicted in the figure below. Even if earnings growth is perhaps the best measure of a firm's financial health, if a company can't increase its revenues, nothing happens. After all, without expanding revenues, it is almost hard for a business to sustain a long-term increase in earnings. Therefore, understanding a company's potential for revenue development is crucial. The $45.69 billion consensus sales forecast for the current quarter for Nvidia is a plus 52.1% year-over-year change. Estimates of $197.54 billion and $247.24 billion for the current and upcoming fiscal years, respectively, show increases of plus 51.4% and plus 25.2%. In the most recent quarter, Nvidia recorded $44.6 billion in revenue, a plus 69.2% year-over-year growth. EPS of $0.81 for the same time period is higher than $0.61 for the same period last year. The reported revenues are a surprise of plus 2.67% when compared to the consensus estimate of $42.91 billion. 4.71% was the EPS surprise. Nvidia has exceeded consensus EPS projections 3 times in the last 4 quarters. During this time, the company consistently exceeded consensus revenue projections. No investment choice can be effective if the valuation of a stock is not taken into account. Determining whether a stock's current price accurately reflects the underlying business's intrinsic value and the company's growth prospects is essential when forecasting the stock's future price performance. While it is possible to ascertain whether a company's stock is fairly valued, overvalued, or undervalued by comparing the current values of its valuation multiples, such as price to earnings, PE, price to sales, PS, and price to cash flow, PCF, with its own historical values, comparing the company to its peers on these parameters provides a good sense of how reasonable the stock price is. Finding out if a stock is overpriced, appropriately valued, or temporarily undervalued can be done with the help of the Style Scores System's Value Style Score, which rates stocks from A to F. An A is better than a B is better than a C, and so on, by carefully analyzing both traditional and unconventional valuation metrics. On this front, Nvidia receives a D, meaning that its price is higher than that of its competitors. The details covered here, together with a wealth of additional information, may help you decide if it's worth keeping an eye on the market buzz surrounding Nvidia. Its ranking of number 3 does, however, imply that it might soon perform similarly to the whole market. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, so Rick, take us through what you noticed about this chart. Any shovels looking for gold?
Well, perhaps, yeah, but, pullback being a buying opportunity, that's pretty much what just happened recently here. So we broke above 153, the old double top highs you can see here at our red line. Price pushed to the upside. Then after the initial breakout, we retested that old resistance area, which now became support. Now it seems like the trend is continuing on to the upside. A common situation that happens in trading. Not saying it's going to happen every single time or anything like that, but, it's after a breakout, it's very common for people to, take profits or reduce positions or whatever, and we get that pullback to an old area of interest there before the trend continues here. So just something to consider here, but we can look at our blue trend line sloping upward across those lows that took us really straight into those 52-week highs, about a 84% gain or so. But the trend has moderated somewhat here. Now the price action is mostly between these two white dashed lines here, giving us a slightly more modestly sloping upward channel. RSI, tiny bit of bearish divergence here, but still re-entering that overbought area. Looking like it really could break out once again here if the bulls manage to push above that 161 level. So when we look at volume, we can see here that the heavy volume is a bit below where we are now. Mostly here between about 135 to 145. That's the next big volume node. +2 standard deviation channel comes in just below 162. That could be a potential resistance area to watch, but for support, our old highs 153, and then our 21-day EMA comes in around 150. Those could be some areas to watch.
All right.